Hello everyone. Welcome to Stat Skill Hub. I'm Dr. Asha Jindal. Last time we covered the basics why R exists, the big idea that everything in R is an object. Today we go one level deeper. What happens when an object holds more than one value? That's vectors, and they are the foundation for basically everything else you will do in R. Data frames, plots, models, matrices, all of it starts here. If you are new here, this is episode 2 of a full beginners to job ready R series. Episode 1 is linked right there if you want to catch up first in description box. Here is the plan. What a vector actually is. The four core types you will use constantly. How to check types, indexing, vector arithmetic, a few functions you will use almost every time, and two things that trip up literally everyone starting out: type coercion and missing values. Then we go live in RStudio and tie it all together. In episode 1, we said x arrow 10 means x points to the object 10. One object, one value. Today's question is, what if x needs more than one value at once? That's exactly what we are solving. And honestly, if this recap made sense instantly, that's a good sign. This series is actually working for you, which is exactly why I had love it if you subscribed now. We have got a lot more coming, and I don't want you to miss the episode where this all clicks into a real project. A vector is R's most basic data structure. One single object that stores a sequence of values as long as they all are the same type. Look at this. Ages, arrow, C of 21, comma 22, comma 23, comma 24. That's one object, ages, holding four numbers, not four separate variables, one vector. The function that builds a vector is C follows by C bracket. Think of it as a combine. Let's create three different ones. First one, a numeric vector as numbers arrow C of 1, comma 2, comma 3, comma 4, comma 5. Fruit arrow C of in quotes apple, comma in quotes banana, comma mango in quotes bracket close, which is a character vector. And I hope each one of you have noticed the quotes. Is underscore active arrow C of true, comma false, comma true is a logical vector. Same function, three completely different kinds of data. Let's name this properly. Numeric. First is numeric, which includes regular numbers like 10, 3.5, -2, etc. Vector includes text, always in quotes. Logical is just true or false. And integer, whole numbers written with L, like 1L, 2L, 3L. Remember this rule because it matters in about 2 minutes. A vector can only hold one type at a time. Now, I'm switching to RStudio and demonstrating it directly. My RStudio is open. So, how do you actually check what type something is? Two functions. And this is a classic interview question because people mix them up. So, class of 10 tells you the object's type from R's perspective. I will run and you see that it will say numeric. Of 10, run. tells you how it is stored internally. It will say double. Same object, two different questions being answered. Class for how R treats it, type of for how it's stored under the hood. Next, I will move to the vector indexing. Now let's pull individual value out of a vector. If fruit is C of apple, banana, mango, orange, watermelon, then fruit 1 run, then fruit 1 gives you apple. And if you are coming from Python or Java, write this down. R starts counting at 1 and not 0. Fruits close bracket 1 is the first element, not the second. This trips up almost everyone at first. Similarly, fruits close bracket 2 colon 4 allows you to access elements from second to fourth of vector fruit and see that it has given you banana, mango, orange. Similarly, fruits bracket C of 2 comma 5 allows you to access the elements having indices 2 and 5. Let's run and see what happens. It gave you at second position banana and fifth position watermelon. And this is what the output is. Fruits C of minus 2 comma minus 5 gives you elements except having indices 2 and 5. Run. So you could see that on second position banana was there and on the fifth position watermelon was there. Except these two, all other elements are been displayed in the console. If I run fruits close bracket minus 1, it gives me elements except the first one. So negative indexing gives you everything except the first element, the element which you have written. Similarly, fruits 0, when you run, it gives you character of 0. And fruit 6, when you run, it gives you an A. Here is one of my favorite things about R. Let me define number y as C of 1, comma 2, comma 3, comma 4, comma 5, comma 6 and run, and then y multiplied by 2. So check the result. You will get 2 is multiplied to each and every element of y and gave you 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Every single element got multiplied automatically with 0 loops written. This is called vectorization and it is genuinely big deal. In lot of others languages, you had to write a loop to do this. In R, it's just built in. Similarly, if you wish to subset, then you have to use the command p is equal to subset y less than 6. Let me run, then p, and it has given me all the values which were less than 6 from y. If I say q as q arrow subset y comma y greater than 6, and when you run q, you will get 0 because there was no values which was greater than 6. So numeric of 0. A handful of functions you will use constantly, like length tells you how many elements are in the vector. Sum adds them all up, and mean gives you the average. Sort puts them in order. Maximum and minimum grabs the largest or smallest value. Summary gives you 5 number summary statistics. Now I will run all 5 against the one of the vector and you will basically got instant summary statistics. Like I have defined vector x as C of 10.4, 5.6, 3.1, 6.4, and 21.7. Then length gives 5 elements. Sum tells you what is the total. Mean gives you average. Total divided by 5 gives you average of 9.44. Sort gives you data arranged in ascending order of magnitude. Minimum tells you minimum value, which is 3.1 from the ordered data you could see. Maximum tells you what is the maximum value, which is the last value in the ordered data. Summary gives you 5 values: minimum, first quartile Q1, then median value, mean value, third Q3, and maximum value. Now I will move to type person. Here is the gocha I mentioned earlier. What happens if you mix types inside C? Let's see here. I have tried to mix arrow C of one is numeric, then text, character, and then logical value. True. If I will run this, R cannot have a vector with mixed type. So it quietly converts everything to the most flexible type it can, usually character. And you will see character looking back at you. Now, one is not a number anymore, it's a text. One in double quotes. If I will run the class mixed, it gives me the output as character looking back at you. This is the one of the most common sources of silent bugs for beginners. Your math functions stop working and you have no idea why until you check the class. Next, I will talk about the missing values. Real data is messy. It has gaps. R represents a missing value as capital. Try something scores arrow C of 10, NA, 8, 9. Now I'm running sum of scores. You get just NA. One missing value poisons the entire calculations. You can fix it with some scores na.rm equal to true. And now when you will run, you got 27 because some scores na.rm tells R to skip NAs and hence you got the 27. You can also check exactly where the gaps are with is.na score. So here you came to know true has come at the second position. So there was a gap at this position. Now let's move back to presentation mode. Two mistakes I see constantly. First, typing fruits close bracket 0 and expecting the first element. But 0 does not work that way in R. You will get an empty vector back instead. Second, mixing type without realizing it, then being confused why some throws an error. 9 times out of 10, the fix is just running class, follows by C bracket to see what actually happened. Your turn. In RStudio, create a vector temps with 5 numbers. Print the second and fourth value. Find the mean and the maximum. Then check its class and type. Oh. When you are done, drop your temps vector in the comments. I genuinely read through them and it helps me know what to cover next. Quick check before we wrap up. Pause and answer this in your head. Number 1. C of 1, quotes A, true becomes a vector of characters. Number 2. Fruits 1 returns the first element. Remember, R starts at 1. Number 3, to remove n from a sum, you use na.rm equal to true. Comment your score 3 out of 3, or be honest if you missed one. No judgment. If you are learning this for a job or an exam, this 3 comes up constantly. What is a vector in R? A single object storing a sequence of same type of values. Next is what is type coercion. When R automatically converts mixed types in a vector to one common type, and how do you handle NAs in a calculation? Na.rm equal to true insides functions like sum or mean. Before you go, 3 things to sit with. What is the actual difference between class and type of? Why does mixing types in C causes problems? Why does R starts indexing at 1 instead of 0? Homework: build a vector of your last 5 grocery prices, then run sum, mean, maximum, and sort on it. Post your total and average in the comments. I will reply to as many as I can, and it helps this video reach more beginners like you. That's a 2 episodes down. You now understand objects, vectors, types, indexing, and how to handle messy real world data with ANIs. That's genuinely more than a lot of people learn in their first week of our course. If you have made it this far, you are clearly serious about learning this properly. So do me one favor, hit subscribe and tap the bell. Episode 3 is data frames, which is where this all starts turning into real data sets you can actually analyze, and I don't want you to miss it. Drop like this if this episode helped you. Tell me your homework results in comments, and I will use in episode 3. Thank you. Happy learning.